Hey everybody, John Matrix here. I'm going to go over how to attempt to close a gearbox. I had a request by someone that said that they've been working on it for 2 weeks, or I'm sorry, 2 days. And yeah, by all means, this is not an easy task, especially when you're upgrading the spring. The larger the spring you decide to put in there, the harder it is to close the box. That's just the way it is. With an M100, it's fairly simple. This is an M110, and this is not an easy task to close the box, but here are a few pointers. Once you get the gear shimmed and everything in place, okay, the trigger is tricky, but you should be able to fit it in and get it to stay. Now mine lately, the last half hour I've been trying it before I film this, it keeps popping out, but you should be able to fit it in and have it stay, so you don't have to worry about it popping out when you're closing the box. Now when you're going to close the box, basically you push the spring in, you put the spring guide into its position. You have to hold down the cylinder, okay, as you're doing that. So you push this in and you have to put that in place. You have to hold the cylinder so it doesn't move. If the cylinder moves, you have to start over. You have to take it out and reposition the cylinder head. So basically, once you get this in position, you have to hold everything down with your fingertips. You bring the shell around. Now here's the tricky part. You have to keep your fingers on everything as you work around it like this. Now the anti-reversal latch, that little knob at the end has to go in its hole. If you miss that hole, the box is not going to close. So you have to make sure, sort of what I do is I tilt to the left a little bit and make sure that anti-reversal latch is in the right spot, in the right hole, and then push it down. So basically you have to do a little acrobatic maneuver here, because once this is in there it's pretty tense. Hold everything down, bring this over, and with your finger here hold this end, and then bring your fingers around. Don't worry about the gears. The cylinder and the spring are the most important things to hold down. If the cylinder moves, or if the spring moves, or both, everything's going to move anyway. So those two items have to be the ones you pay attention to. And like I said, the anti-reversal latch has to go in its hole, and you push it down, everything should close. That is definitely easier said than done. The last time I closed this box, it took me half an hour to get it right. Because once this does this, once it does that, then you're going to have to reposition your cylinder head, because once that pops up, most likely this is moved, and then the O-ring is outside of the cylinder. You got no more air seal, so you have to take the whole thing off and start over again. So it's just practice and keep trying. You'll get it. It's just practice. That's all there is. There's no real magic trick to that. So anyway, I hope this helps, and good luck.